Yes, my name is Koven. I'm a forester. I teach part-time at the University of Toronto Faculty of Forestry, and I'm here in my role as a director of the Mass Timber Institute. I would like to thank Council for your decision to proceed with 100 Devonshire, which is a 14-story mass wood academic tower that we're very proud at University of Toronto for having pursued this proposal, and it will certainly put us on the map and Toronto with respect to mass timber technology. The Institute launched in October 2018, and we are a national network of organizations interested in connecting the dots between research and education and mass timber end users. I'm hoping that as councillors, you'll be very involved in approving more mass timber projects and putting Toronto on the map with respect to this exciting initiative. And certainly mass timber technology is confusing but actually very simple to understand, and that is that we use cross-laminated timber or dowel timber or nail timber to produce buildings taller than any we could before this technology was invented in Europe, primarily by the Austrians 20 years ago. Our mission, again, is to connect the dots between designers, architects, and builders, and researchers and educators. And we believe this multidisciplinary approach will serve Canada well as we try to catch up with Europe and the United States. I bring to your attention one of the first mass timber buildings in Toronto was the Art Gallery of Ontario. And you're all familiar with the beautiful Galleria Italia. That is made of mass timber construction. And again, we're talking about pieces of wood that are bound together to make the structure stronger than it would be with wood alone. Also of interest, of course, are the environmental benefits of building with mass timber, which involve reduced carbon footprints compared to the production of concrete and steel. And again, when you're asked about mass timber, we're not suggesting that any building be built entirely of mass timber. We're suggesting that, of course, it be a hybrid in connection with steel and concrete building, but introducing a greener product into the mix. The energy efficiency of building with mass timber is higher, the construction efficiency is higher, and hopefully will result in lower costs. So I certainly encourage you to think about mass timber panels and assemblies and fabrication with respect to public housing and more affordable housing, which we need very much in Toronto. And finally, there's a biophilic element to mass timber, which means that people like to live and touch and breathe in natural wood environments. And certainly I can provide any of the literature on any of these points you would like to hear. This is the tower you will be approving, the University of Toronto Academic Tower, and it will be the tallest building for a short time in Canada at 264 feet, and it's located on the Bloor Corridor on the U of T campus across from the Monk Centre. Another beautiful building in the planning stages with our partners George Brown College is the Arbor, which is located on the lakefront, and it is another spectacular mass timber building that is certainly innovative, and we're very excited to be supporting that. There are other buildings being planned and underway in Toronto. One is the T3 Bayside building, which will be office and commercial on the quayside, and certainly demonstrates, as the Wade Street development does, and I certainly commend the designers and developers on Wade Street, the commitment of architects and designers and engineers to this new form of building. Also, we've got Sidewalk Labs in Toronto. Of course, that's always a very controversial topic, but if they proceed with their mass timber construction as they're talking about, it would certainly catalyze a great deal of mass timber interest in Canada and across the world. Finally, you might know the new Shoppers Drug Mart that's being built at 7228 Yonge Street, which is also a mass timber building. And the biggest market for mass timber is not in iconic tall buildings, but in low to mid-rise buildings. So I leave it with you. I'm going to be followed by my friends from the Carpenters Union who are doing innovative training for their tradespeople, and I would like to leave it with you also that if you wish to have any authoritative information on mass timber, please get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ann? No? Seeing